Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to Livestream Saturday. I hope you guys have had a great week, and everything here has been a little bit rushed in order to get this all set up, but hopefully it works. Fingers crossed. I think I have the same sensation about every single live stream. Whenever I start, it feels like I've left it until the last second to get it organized, but I think we are fine. Let me see if I can get you guys up on screen, which has worked. That is great. So hello guys, thank you for joining me, and to the early birds as well for hanging in there from about 45 minutes ago, even longer than that. I was only in there about half an hour ago. So hello, let's have a little look down the list. We have Alexi, Michelle, Sherry, Tim, Kevin, Jennifer, Karen, Jeannie, Mary, Nora, Jennifer again, Patrick, Lynn, Rebel Rocket is in the house, Alexi, and Mario is in there above Corey and Anna and Terry and Leanne and Debbie. Hello guys, thank you for joining me, and everybody say a massive hello and a very early hello to Mario in the live chat room. We saw him going through the names there. That's what we do on these whole live streams. If Mario is in the house, we say a big hello to Mario, because we can see in the background of the screen, I do believe, the Steve Vai gem, which is just over that direction. So there's also a Maton in there somewhere. We can't see that on screen, but thank you, Mario, for sending me those guitars. And that's just a tiny percentage of what Mario has done and his generosity. So thank you so much for that, Mario. Everyone say a massive hello to Mario. Also on these live streams, we get the names of my patrons going along the bottom of the screen the whole time. So that's exactly what we're going to do as always. And a massive thank you to you guys who support me over on Patreon, because it makes this whole live stream possible, but also every single video that I do on the channel possible as well. You guys know who you are, and they also do pop up in the super chat window as well. And we have had a bit of action in the super chat window, so let's get this up on screen. Hopefully it is all working, because I'm gonna have to scroll up to the top. So thank you guys so much for all of these donations so early on. And just before we do get into the super chat donation window, we will, by the way, be having the pick roulette later on tonight. So good luck everybody for that. We'll see who wins. Also, we're going to be taking a look at some pictures from Billy, who uploaded those to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. And it's just having the pick there, so you can see that Billy has received her pick. And there's a little bit of modelling going on. It's in her ukulele as well, so we'll take a look at that a little bit later on. But let me see if I can get this pick likes lottery is what I used to call it, but probably just the pick roulette. I think I did change the name of it last time. So the pick roulette likes target for tonight is 320. That is what we're aiming for with that thumbs up, and I should probably try and get the live likes on screen. This is something that does jump around a little bit as soon as I start, but we can see we're at 98 likes already, so thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up. We're looking for 2 more people to hit the century really early on in the live stream, so we will see how we get on with that. But if you could hit that thumbs up, it helps this channel to grow on the whole, but also it helps us to get to that pick roulette likes target of 320. There is just a standard likes goal, which I think is 310, it should say on the screen. So that is just the target we're trying to reach for the live stream. We always used to have a target, and we still do have a target, but now we have this extra little pick roulette likes target, just to see if we can start sharing some picks out across the world to all of you guys who tune into these live streams. So we will see how that happens later, because I have set it up. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be a little bit smoother this time, but having said that, it'll probably be a disaster, but who knows, we'll see when we get there. Anyway, let's get into this super chat window, because we have had a donation from Orlando, and this was at 12 minutes past 3 this morning for $5. Thank you so much for that, Orlando. And the message is, I will be absent for this live stream. Have fun and spike the likes with lots of rock horns. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Orlando will be part of the catch-up crew tonight. Let me just show you this as well, a plug of the mug. And what is this? Arriving this morning, believe it or not, just perfectly timed for the live stream. It is my new Wings of Pegasus mug, and this is the one that I've been waiting for about 4 weeks for, because they sent me another mug which has nothing to do with Wings of Pegasus, but finally they sent me the correct one. And on one side, maybe you can see that it's got the reflection of the screen in, so it doesn't really help, but it says, let's see how they get on. And then on the other side we have, and there we have it. You probably can't see that because it's reflecting too much, but you can get your hands on one of these mugs in the tray underneath this video. We now have 2 mugs. There is a specialized Tuesday mug out there as well, which is just white with the logo, same logo as this one, but this has got the catchphrases, if you want to call them that, from the analysis videos on there. So this is what I will be enjoying my orange squash from tonight. And it actually looks really good. When I did the whole monochrome design, I thought it had potential, and that potential has been realized. So I'm very happy with my mug, and I hope you're happy with your mugs as well. Thank you everyone who has purchased some Wings of Pegasus mugs, but also just merchandise in general, because it really does help me to keep everything going, and it's something that is a bonus on the side of what I do here on YouTube, but also the support that I get on Patreon. And it's great to have you guys out there uploading your pictures of merchandise on the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. But let's get back into the super chat window, because Deborah has donated $4.99 as well. Thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is, did I beat Orlando, spike the likes, and rock with some rock horns? Unfortunately, Deborah just missed out on beating Orlando in the super chat window by just over a couple of hours. So Deborah was in there at 10 to 6, roughly 11 minutes to 6 in the morning. Thank you so much for that, Deborah. Marilyn has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Marilyn. The message is, hi Phil and everyone. I will be in the catch-up crew. Just wondering how you did, or how did you interview people for your bands? With a heart after that. So thank you, Marilyn, for that. And for an interview, think you probably are more likely meaning audition, where you just literally rent out a rehearsal space, and we have one that's quite close here in Maidenhead. Also, I have done the auditioning thing of band members in Denmark Street in London as well, which I think a lot of people would have heard of Denmark Street, but they've got a rehearsal studio there, which I've also rehearsed at. But it's obviously a lot easier for me to rehearse in my hometown rather than traveling into London, where it takes about half an hour to travel maybe 100 meters because of the traffic. But the auditioning process is pretty straightforward. I would just put on the internet and various forums about looking for a bassist or drummer, whatever it may be. And then people reply to that, and then you just set up a date and a time when you're going to be auditioning people, and then they turn up and audition. And that's pretty much the process. And you just see as many people as have auditioned for that day, and then you get back to them and just tell them whether they are right for the band or not right for the band. So I think it's quite a straightforward process. The hard bit really is just getting the adverts out there and getting the exposure and letting people know that you're looking for a member of your band. Because if your band isn't particularly well known, then it is a case of just trying to find people. And it is something that I've said before on the live streams about going to open mic nights is often a good place to try and find other like-minded musicians, but also musicians who know other musicians, and you can work through it that way as well. Depends how you want to do it, but back in the day when I used to do it, it was very much an online thing of just putting an advert on the local musician sites. I'm sure that every musician knows their local sites, and there's always a section where you put up an advert for musicians, and then you just get in contact with them. But anyway, thank you for that, Marilyn. There has been another donation straight after from Marilyn again for $5. Thank you again for that. The message is, hi Phil, again with a smiley face. Since you are or were into health and fitness, do you eat regular sugar or do you have artificial sweeteners? So, and that's another heart there. Thank you, Marilyn, for that. I have sugar, just standard sugar. I used to have artificial sweeteners, but then I wasn't sure about exactly what was going into the artificial sweeteners, and the fact that it's fooling your body into thinking it's having sugar and something sweet, and it's not digested in the way that sugar is normally digested. But anyway, I just went back to having sugar. But having said that, I don't think I have a great deal of sugar in my diet, because a lot of people will have multiple chocolate bars and maybe fizzy drinks and Coke and Pepsi and all that kind of stuff, whereas I generally just drink a lot of water and maybe a bit of orange squash on very special occasions, such as live streams. But throughout the day, I don't really have too much sugar. I have 1 teaspoon of sugar in my coffee, and I have 1 coffee a day, and in my cups of tea, I don't have any sugar in there. So I'm not really a big sugar eater, and it's something that when I used to go to university and be very hungry all the time and not have that much food, I would probably eat a lot of sugar there, because it was just a quick fix and I didn't have time to make a meal or the supplies to make myself a meal. But anyway, when I had a lot of drinks and sugary drinks and chocolate, I felt that I then wanted to have more sugar, and every day I'd be craving sugar. So I think it is definitely something that you get addicted to, and the less you have, the less you want it. So I don't have a lot of sugar every day, and I'm not really craving sugar when I'm just having water, and that's generally pretty much what I'm having, in a cup of tea. I'm not thinking, oh, I could really go for a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola or another chocolate bar or lots of biscuits and all that kind of stuff. So I think that the less sugar you have, the less your body starts to crave it. So I'm in that lucky position at the moment where I don't really have a lot, but it is just normal sugar that I have. But anyway, Marilyn, thank you for that question. A long answer, but apologies for that. Lisa has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Lisa. The message is, hello wingers, have a great live stream while I'm at work. Good luck with the guitar pick roulette wheel. Peace and love. Catch you later, with a thumbs up, peace and a heart. So thank you for that, Lisa. And also to you guys that are going to be watching this on catch up, thank you for popping into the super chat window. Knowing that you're not going to see the live stream, it is much appreciated. And hello to you guys. If you are watching this on catch up, you can still spike the likes after the event if you want to. It still really does help the channel to get out there. Bo, I don't know why I said Bo. I was going to say but and so, and it moved itself somehow into Bo. That is something that there used to be a series here in the UK, a comedy show called Bo Selector, and I just made up that word from 2 different words. This is something that happens on the live streams. You guys are used to it. If you aren't used to it yet, you've just joined in with the live streams, then you are now prepared for the future where I start messing words up and moving letters around in words. If you are here for the first time, say hello to everyone in the live chat room, introduce yourself. And it's such a great community here in the live chat room. Also, I just want to say a massive thank you as well to the moderators who will go through the live chat room. Carla is in there. Also, Laurie and Neil doing such a great job throughout all of the live streams. You'll see their names go through the live chat room. They'll have their name in blue, but also a wrench next to their name. They are the people keeping this community nice and organized. As I say it, there goes Carla through the live chat room, right on cue. So thank you guys so much for moderating and doing such a great job of it. So let's jump into the whole stream super chat window again. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything here, because we have Nana25 who won last time on the live stream. That was on Tuesday, who actually won the pick roulette. So massive congratulations to Nana25. And there has been a California donation here of $5. Canada donation of $5. I don't think they have their own currency in California. In fact, I know that they don't. But then again, if you're talking about Disney World or somewhere like that, they sometimes have Disney dollars. And I shouldn't really know that, but I do, because I like Disney World and all those kinds of things, and rides and all that theme park related stuff. But thank you, Nana25, for that donation, and congratulations again for winning in the pick roulette on Tuesday. Again, we're going to be having that later on tonight. The message is, hello Phil and fellow wingers, gobsmacked and grateful for you all, and I won a pick too. Rock on, with a smiley face. So thank you for that. And Marilyn has donated again, the third donation from Marilyn. Thank you for that. And it's for $5. The message is, oh, this is my happy place for a little while, and I will miss you, Phil, and all you lovely wingers this evening. Have fun, with a heart. So thank you again for that, Marilyn, the third donation, and I'm glad that you enjoy these live streams and that you guys just join me for these live streams as well, because when I used to do these, I'd be talking to maybe 1 or 2 people. So thank you everyone for filling in that live chat room and becoming part of the community that's in there as well, because I know that a lot of you are over on the Wings of Pegasus supporters group page on Facebook as well. So thank you guys for joining up with that and uploading your pictures to that page, because that's where I get the pictures for this live stream that I will be showing later. And the pictures and the pick roulette will be happening after the cover video that has been requested over on Patreon tonight. So we will be getting into that later. And we have a donation from Deborah. Thank you for this. It's $5, and the message is for the Cross the Pond Fund. Thank you for this, Michael, as well, who has donated $5. The message is, you've said singing and playing doubles the difficulty. How about making faces and that all-important eye contact? So thank you for that, Michael. And the faces, I don't think you can really help your face sometimes. It's something that just happens. And a lot of you would have noticed on the eruption cover that I did, and I uploaded that recently, just last week, that there's a point in that where you can see my face, and I'm doing a little run, descending run down that high E string, and I pull a face because sometimes you just can't stop your face from going into guitar face mode, and it's not something you consciously think about. And I think it's the same for eye contact with the audience, that you're not really thinking about it, you just do it. In fact, on a lot of my cover videos, I'm actually concentrating more on not looking at the camera, because I think it might be off-putting maybe for the person watching it, or I tend to just not focus on the camera and kind of look just at the front wall where I'm recording it, because I film it all in here, so I just look at the wall that's on my right, because I think it maybe looks a little bit better like that. But that's just down to your opinion and whether you like people looking into the camera or not. So I think it's probably harder not to look at the camera, but that's just something that I have chosen to do on the cover videos in the past. I think for Is This Love, I did look at the camera for that one, and I had the smoke machine going on as well. Even though you can't really see it very well in the video, it was going just to add a little bit of atmosphere to that particular video. But anyway, Michael, thank you so much for that donation. Valerie has donated $10. Thank you so much for that, Valerie. The message is, hi Phil, I wondered if you were able to catch Jack White on Saturday Night Live last week. If so, what did you think? And if not, be sure to check it out. It was pretty amazing. And thank you for that, Valerie. I did actually see that. And I think somehow Jack is one of those guys that, I mean, his live performance is always spot on, and he's got that guitar ability, but the songwriting ability as well. He can write a riff, and Seven Nation Army, for example, is one of those riffs that is so seemingly simplistic. It's easy for me to say, seemingly simplistic. It is to play. You can play that riff pretty much. If you don't play guitar, you can still have a pretty good stab at playing that riff, but it is so melodic, and it just hit a chord with everybody, and it just went around the world and is played in all kinds of stadiums for different sporting events. And that is the thing that Jack has, his ability for writing that is so melodic and so simple, but it just sticks in your head. And also just the guitar playing ability. And I did manage to see that performance as well, and there was a bit of a nod to Van Halen as well because of the guitar that he was playing. So I did manage to check that out. I think there is a video here on Jack on the channel, so you can check that out if you want to. And thank you, Valerie, for that donation. Ginger Duran has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this. And the message is, hi Phil, congratulations on 152,000 subscribers. So thank you for that, but thank you guys for hitting that subscribe button. It is much appreciated. And that is something that you can do in these live streams as well. If you're not subscribed, you can hit the subscribe button as well as that thumbs up. So let's have a little see where we are. And it is 180 likes. Just as I was saying that, it has moved over to 180. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. We are well on the way. We're 22 minutes past midnight here in the UK. We're well on the way to maybe 310 for tonight's likes goals. We might be able to get to 320. If you haven't used your like token yet, it'd be much appreciated if you could. We're trying to get up to 320 to see if next Saturday we can have a pick roulette, the same as we're going to have tonight. But we will see where we end up. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. We'll keep an eye on that as we go along. And Lucy has donated, again, $4.99. Thank you for this. The message is, howdy Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers, please spike the likes with some rock horns, heart and peace. Thank you for that, Lucy. Fred is in the house and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Fred. The message is, what is your main electric axe? Appears to be a black Ibanez with the logo covered, I guess for copyright reasons, etc. So thank you for that, Fred. And with the Ibanez, it's an Ibanez Geo that I have that I'd probably call my main guitar. I think a close second is my Fender Strat. And that's not the Performer Series Strat, that's my original Strat, which I have customized a little bit because I got a dual blade pickup on there as well. So that's probably my second guitar. But yeah, the Ibanez Geo is probably my main go-to guitar. And because of the tuning as well, my music is tuned down to E flat. So it means that when I'm playing that, I'm going to be playing the Geo. And when I'm teaching and doing any kind of demonstrations on the analysis videos, that's why I never really have the Geo out, is because the tuning is standard on my Fenders. So it's a lot easier just to grab those. Also on the telly, I sometimes pick that up for the analysis video demonstrations as well. But thank you for that, Fred. And in terms of why the head is removed, I suppose it could be for copyright reasons. I didn't do that initially. It was just because it was kind of rubbing off anyway, and I thought it was quite good just to remove it altogether, so people might not know what make of guitar it was. I think a lot of people that play guitar will know it's an Ibanez at least, if not an Ibanez Geo. And I thought it might be funny to have something on the guitar head and something that wasn't even a guitar make. It's something that me and a friend in the band, the second guitarist, we were laughing about putting Gola on there, or Adidas, or a make of sports equipment that's nothing to do with guitars. So then people would have a nightmare trying to figure out where you got this guitar because it had a ridiculous headstock on it, and the people wouldn't know who made the guitar. But anyway, that was kind of the plan, but it was rubbing off anyway, so that's why I just took the whole logo off it in the first place. But anyway, Fred, thank you for that donation. And Sue has donated $5. Thank you for that, Sue. The message is, hello fellow wingers, let's have a great Saturday. That's a little bit of brain processing power there. Let's have a great Saturday. And thank you for that, Sue. The next one coming has been Lucy again for $4.99. Thank you for this, Lucy. Message is, oh yeah, buy the cool merch and join the Wings of Pegasus supporters Facebook page too. Great group with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Lucy. Great advice as well. Head over to Facebook and type in to that search bar Wings of Pegasus supporters, and you'll find the group page. You guys can join in with that and post on there if you want to, upload any pictures, and I can grab those and feature them on these live streams. So thank you for that, Lucy. So we've had another donation. I don't want to miss any here. It is from Vince. Again, thank you, Vince, also for linking me to the pictures from that Facebook group that I just mentioned, the supporters group. Vince has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, Phil, when you were auditioning musicians, did you ask them to learn certain songs to play in the audition or ask for special skills like slap bass? So with this, it was literally the songs, because when I'm auditioning musicians, they pretty much will be playing exactly what I've played in the studio on the album, but in a live setting. So I want them to play it exactly how I played it. And generally what I'll do is send them an edited version of my song where I've isolated whatever it might be that's being played. So for example, bass, I just send them the drums and the bass high in the mix, and then have maybe the singing and the other guitars low in the mix so that they can hear it and start to play along and have it at least a little bit clearer to listen to and get down on bass, so then when they turn up they have a good idea of what's going on. And technique wise, all I want really is somebody who's got the technical ability to play the song as it is. And that is something that, for example, on the first song that we will be playing tonight, called Unwanted Stranger, it's got a little bit of alternate picking on the riff. It's not a straightforward riff to play. It's not amazingly difficult, but you have to have the technical ability to alternate pick and get the emphasis right and the timing. So if people haven't got that technical ability, then when I send them the song, they might not be able to get it down. And that might just be the case that some people say, I can't play the riff properly, and in which case it's no big deal. It doesn't really matter. It just means that it's something that, or a style of music that they haven't played, or a particular technique that they haven't practiced yet. So for that, I would then send them the track, possibly without the vocals on there as well, just showing all of the rhythm guitar and all of the picking and everything that's in there, just really high in the mix so people can listen to it, figure it out, and then play it at the audition. But anyway, thank you for that, Vince. And Teresa has donated $10. Thank you for this. It is the guy jumping up and down with #1 fan in there as well, with #1 written on his stomach. So thank you for that, Teresa. Marge is in the house and has donated $2. Thank you for that. It is a straight up donation without a message. Deborah has donated $4. Thank you for this. And it's the guy, the same guy that I was just talking about, but he's not the #1 fan anymore. He's now got his summer fruit squash, showing it to the camera. So thank you for that, Deborah. And Angela is in the house and has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. The message is, Orange Squash is sending me to the loo a lot with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Angela. And that's the good thing about squash, is that it will hydrate you as well. And this is the thing that a lot of people, when they start to drink more water and orange squash, might find that they're going to the toilet a little bit more regularly because they are now hydrated. And I think so many people, probably 90% of the population, aren't actually hydrated. And it is important to keep that water level at a satisfactory level on the whole in your body, because I think about 60% of your body is water. So you definitely want to keep in your body as much as possible the thing that you're mostly made out of. Certainly from my sports science and sport and exercise science degree, having that slightly drop off in hydration massively affects physical performance on a whole sports perspective, and on a level that you will be amazed at. Just being 10% dehydrated and then playing sport, you can have a dramatic reduction in the ability of your body to now perform at optimum levels. So definitely keep yourself hydrated out there. Even if you're not playing sports, I'd say between 2 and 3 liters a day of water, or just liquid. I think that if you are like me and carry around a massive bottle of water, that's got, I think, 1.75 liters in it. So I think that when I drink that bottle, I know that I've had almost 2 liters in a day. So then if I am drinking other things such as orange squash, even though you might consider that water, but I'm having orange squash in addition to the water. I have a few cups of tea as well, even though I know that caffeine has a dehydrating effect, and coffee will do that as well. So whenever I have coffee, I do tend to have a few glugs of water before I have coffee, because of the future dehydrating effect of the coffee on my body. But anyway, this is turning into another sports science nutrition nutrition lecture. So we will move on. But thank you for that information, Angela. Maybe for some people it was a bit too much information. But Susan has donated $10 as well. Thank you for this, Susan. The message is, love listening in from California, especially have enjoyed all the updates you have posted on Patreon. Join us and sign up there, everyone. Love getting the scoop from Phil. So thank you for that, Susan. This is something that I do over on Patreon, and I'll just put the link on there because sometimes I don't do a video, and on those nights when I don't do a video, I often just do updates or an update on Patreon to let everybody know what I've been doing that evening, what's going to be coming up in the future. And along those lines, just mentioning what's going to be happening in the future, I'm going to be teaming up with Michael Palmisano, and we're going to be doing a jam next Friday, and the whole segment is going to be called In at the Deep End. And I haven't mentioned this on a live stream before, but I have mentioned this on Patreon. Everyone knows what's going on. And over on Patreon, they have already seen the intro and everything that's going to be happening next Sunday. Hopefully, I think that's probably when I'm going to release that jam video, but you guys will start to get to grips with what it's all about. But it is going to be really interesting. That's happening next Friday with Michael. Michael also has a channel on YouTube, and you guys can check that channel out if you want to as well, because he does a similar kind of thing. He does a reaction video, but he's a guitar tutor, and he's got his own course on Patreon and all these different things. I think the course is actually on his website. I'm not sure if he is on Patreon, but I'll look into that and let you guys know in the future. But you can check out his YouTube channel as well. But that's going to be a lot of fun on Friday, so we will have a go with that and see how we get on. But thank you, Susan, for that donation. And by the way, guys, that's where you can go to get all the updates or contact me personally if you just want to send me a message. That's where I am at. And also, the names going along at the bottom of the screen throughout this live stream are my patrons over on patreon.com. So thank you guys so much for that. Let's remove that from the screen. And we have another donation from DM and Jeannie just ahead of that, actually. And this is a $5 donation. Thank you for that, Jeannie. The message is, thanks for your thorough explanations of everything, and thanks for being such a positive presence in general, with a smiley face, a heart. It is massively appreciated with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And that's maybe something else that can be put on a mug or a t-shirt or something. It is massively appreciated. But I do say that a lot because it genuinely is. And I think that if I say it enough, maybe you guys will get a little bit of an appreciation that it is really appreciated, all of your support that you do give to me on this channel and also over on Patreon and the super chat window. But just you guys hitting that thumbs up button in this live stream makes such a difference, because it means that more people can join in and become part of the community in the future. So thank you guys so much for that. Again, let's give a spike of the likes. 34 minutes past 12 already here in the UK, so we are going to be jumping into the first video of the night. We'll see if we can get a spike of the likes. We are at 216 at the moment, so we are getting there. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. I am now going to be jumping into the first video of the night. Just quickly, Paul has donated $5. Thank you for this, Paul, and the message is for the pick roulette, so thank you for that. We are going to be jumping into the video that I'm just about to play. We'll get into the super chat window after this, because I can see that there have been a few more donations. Thank you guys so much for that. Now on my screen, let me jump over to Patreon, and everything gets very bright because the page is white, and we'll have a little look at you guys over there and what you have been requesting tonight. Thank you guys for answering my request for requests. And straight off the bat, we had Kevin requesting In My Dreams as the cover video for tonight. And I do think that we had a few more requests for that. Teresa did as well, and Deborah. So thank you guys for requesting In My Dreams, a little bit of Dokken for tonight. And I'm just going to make sure that I can get back to the screen that I was just at in order to get this playing. So the In My Dreams, we haven't even done the first video yet. it's it's Unwanted Stranger that was requested that I just saw. We haven't played that video yet. I'm just massively ahead. I think secretly I just want to get to the pick roulette really quickly because that is a really nice addition to the live streams. But let me go back to see where Unwanted Stranger was, because we did have Mary who requested that. Thank you for that, Mary and Teresa. And Mario has requested. I just skipped past all of that. Kevin did request Unwanted Stranger as well. So we've managed to tie it in there. So here we go. This is my song called Unwanted Stranger. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Told me something about you that I didn't want to know. Look me right in the eye and then you placed your head on my shoulder. This position that you put me in, you're on a mission to take my world from around me. Wide awake, I worry my brain. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Anticipating, girl, come on, make up your mind. The night of passion became a nightmare. When the flood arrived, I realized what a fool I've been. You don't even know me, so how could you love me? Let alone care for this unwanted stranger. Forget about the life that I dreamed of. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind. Repercussions and consequences. Should've known better. Wish I never met her. True to the letter, I'll never forget her. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind.
And there we have it. That was my song called Unwanted Stranger. Hope you guys enjoyed that one, and you can pick that up at wingsofpegasus.com/store from the album, my album called Persistence, which you can also get there. Download tracks individually if you want to. So let's get the super chat window up on screen, because I think I did miss one out. DM donated $2, so thank you so much for that. And the message was, how is the reaction to Eddie Van Halen in the UK? Come to USA. So thank you for that, DM. And I think pretty much it's been the same reaction all across the world, of just an outpouring of grief and shock as well. And he just affected so many people's lives all around the world. So it's just a similar reaction pretty much everywhere, and the UK is no different. But thank you for that donation. And Paul has donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Paul. And the message is for the pick roulette. And I think, have I been through these? I'm not sure. Maybe that's another donation from Paul. Maybe I missed one earlier on. But Mona has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Mona. And I think that previously was another donation from Paul, so thank you for that, just with the same message. And Mona has donated $50. Thank you for a very kind donation, Mona, and everybody in the Super Chat window. Mona's message is, I really enjoy your live streams. I'm learning so much from you. Many thanks. So thank you, Mona, for the kind words, and I'm happy that you're learning anything. That's always a bonus in life. I think generally, if you can just learn as much as you can about everything, then it leaves you in a very strong position. Knowledge is power, as they say. But thank you for that donation. Lethea has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. The message is, given the choice, do you usually prefer studio version or live recorded version of the same song? Also, whoop back to work after a layoff. I love you all. So thank you for that, Lethea. And for myself playing the song, I sometimes like the live version more because I might change something about a solo or go in a different direction with the song. But then when I'm listening to other people's songs, I don't know, I really like hearing the original and the original release or the record, even though saying record nowadays, I think most people from when I was growing up probably still say the record, but now it's MP3 and all that kind of stuff, or the file as it might be called on the computer. But I think when I'm listening to bands, I just love the originals, but also I really like live versions as well. And I pretty much just like everything, but as long as it's just the same song, and sometimes when they play the song exactly the same as the record, I love that, because I know as a musician, just nailing everything live like you did in the studio takes a lot of technical ability and a lot of rehearsal. But then when bands also start to explore other avenues live, that's really interesting as well, because that is something that you're only ever going to hear on that particular night at that time with all the people that are in the audience. Obviously with COVID at the moment that's not happening, but in the past it meant that everybody that was watching that performance at that split second on that evening was witnessing artistry that wouldn't happen again because it was ad-libbed and it was extemporized, and that's really interesting to watch as well. So I'd say that I don't really prefer one over the other. I just enjoy the original versions of songs on the records and also live performances equally. But thank you, Lethea, for that. Cindy has donated $5. Thank you so much for this, Cindy, and that is a straight up donation, so thank you for that. And also thank you for joining over on Patreon recently as well. And Karen has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Karen. And the message is, Phil, enjoy your orange squash. I'm having chocolate mint tea. Have a virtual cup on me. No need for sugar to be as sweet as you are. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that. The kind words as well, but also chocolate mint tea. I don't think I've ever had that. I've had mint tea before, but not with chocolate in it. So thank you for the donation, and maybe one day at some point I'll see chocolate mint tea and try it, but not something that I've ever had before. Thank you for that donation as well. Lucy has donated $4.99. Thank you for this, Lucy. The message is, Jack White is the ultimate jack of all trades, especially if you get Jimmy Page and the Edge to want to learn your riff. He's awesome. So thank you for that, Lucy. And yes, that is, I think, a video that I've seen on YouTube as well of those three guys just sitting down, or at least Jack just teaching a riff to Jimmy Page and the Edge. But yeah, interesting video if you guys want to check that one out. But thank you, Lucy, for that. And Nora has donated $10. Thank you for this. The message is, I let Fender know that I bought the Mustang amp after watching your Strat video, and they sent me a very nice reply. Thank you. So thank you for that, Nora, the donation, but also for contacting Fender. And yeah, Fender are very kind to me and gave me a guitar and an amp as well. And they did say, you know, if you want any other amps or any other guitars, just let us know and we'll send them over to you. But I'm one of these people that I haven't asked for anything because I think it's too much to start sending me stuff. I'd rather, if they want me to maybe put a spotlight on a particular guitar, then that is something that I can do because I'm a big fan of Fender as a company generally, but also just the support that they've shown for me, and it's very kind to have them in my corner and just helping with things, even though I don't really ask them for anything. I don't feel like it's my place to say, right, I want this, I want that, I want this, and I want that. It's just great for them to send me the guitar, the amp, and picks and strings and that kind of stuff. So thank you to Fender, and you guys can check out that video that I did just having a look at the Performer Series Strat if you guys want to. And thank you also for letting them know that you bought the Mustang amp because of that video. You guys will be able to hear that amp on that video because that is what I use. But thank you for the donation. Kay has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Kay. And the message is everyone supposed to have a natural vibrato? And some people do, and some people don't. It's something that you can learn. It is something that I have learned to do myself in exactly the same way that when I started playing the guitar, it was a technique that I learned how to do and then played the vibrato the way that I wanted it to sound and the way that I wanted the guitar to sing, with the notes that I was playing onto it and that it then played in the amp and then people heard. So it's something that I worked on the guitar as a technique. So when I was then learning to sing, I approached it in exactly the same way, that I wanted to have a similar vibrato to what I would use on the guitar. And my guitar vibrato is relatively slow, so it meant that I wanted my singing vibrato to be that same frequency. And I don't like the sound for my own vocal of a fast vibrato. Some people have a voice where it works really well and that is their natural vibrato, or that's just the way that they do it, and that is their natural sound vocally, whereas because I was very much aiming for a particular vibrato, that's the way that I approached it. And some people, when they do have a natural vibrato, they might struggle to do other kinds of vibrato, such as classical vibrato, which is much more exaggerated. And as you guys will know, watching the analysis videos that I've done looking at classical singers, you will hear the difference between that and then mainstream pop vibrato on the voice. And I like to have the option of doing different kinds of vibrato, so that's why I've learned it as a separate technique. But I'm sure that some singers that have a natural vibrato and it just stays at the same frequency, if you want to work at a different frequency with your vibrato, it just takes practice. It takes a lot of practice sometimes, but I do believe that you can get the vibrato to any speed you want, really, artistically, whatever you are aiming for. But thank you so much for that, Kay. And we've had another donation from Westworld Employee 7, who has donated $4.99. And hello to you. That is a new news username on the channel, I do believe. We've never mentioned that one as well. So thank you for joining me and everybody in the live chat room tonight and this donation. The message is, love your channel, so analytical and informative compared to the sea of dreck out there. So thank you for the kind words and that donation, but also for joining me and everyone on the live stream tonight. Deborah is in the house and has donated $19.99. Thank you so much for that, Deborah. The message is, on behalf of all 4 awesome Debs here watching Phil tonight. So we have Deborah in the house with the other 3 Debs, or maybe 4 including Deborah. So thank you for that, and all of the Debs joining me tonight. Thank you, Deborah, for that donation and the message. Paul has donated again, $5. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is, I like to spike the likes, and thanks to the moderators. Huge shout out to the moderators as always. Thank you, Paul, again for that donation. And we've had another donation from Michael, and this is for $5. Thank you for that. The message is, making faces, C, Samantha Fish, turn it up, / miles to go. And thank you for that donation. I think Sam's on the channel here somewhere. There is an analysis video on Samantha Fish. You want to check that out. But certainly you'll notice this in a lot of guitarists, that some people have more guitar faces than others, and it's just down to yourself how much you move your face when you play. Sometimes move their face, well, some people sometimes move their face a lot and sometimes don't. It's just personal to them. But thank you so much for that, Michael. And Music Maiden's in the house and has delivered $5. Thank you so much for that. The message is, wasn't a Buck Dharma collaboration to have happened this month? So thank you for the donation. And with this, yes, Buck and I were due to meet up this month at some point. We did pencil it in at the beginning of the month, but with everything going crazy, and especially here in the UK, unfortunately, the whole COVID thing has taken off again, and some places in the country are at a high level. And I think the problem is with Buck and the promotion for the album as well is just finding spots where we can both be in the same place at the same time in order to do a video. But I have recently just sent over an email to Buck, so we will see if we can do something and try and get it in for this month, because it would be good with the release of the album coming out on the 7th. I do believe that's when it was released, so make sure you guys check out the new Blue Oyster Cult album. But hopefully Buck will be able to come on the channel and we can talk about it, and maybe I can give you guys a link to that as well. So we will see, but that was due to happen this month, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it still can happen this month. But it's just organising diaries because of the busyness of Buck and also myself. But we will see if we can get that sorted out. Thank you for that donation. Linda Z is in the house and has donated $5. Thank you for this. The message is, how are you preparing musically for the maiden voyage of In at the Deep End? And good question, Linda Z, because the premise of In at the Deep End is going to be myself and Michael jamming over a track that we both have never heard before, and the changes, we don't know where they're going. So I think the only thing that you can really do to prepare for that is probably nothing, because if you know the progression you're playing over, even a song, then it's not going to be applicable because you know what key you're in. But anyway, I think the only thing that you can do is just try and get a random backing track and try and not look at the screen, so that when you're listening to it, it's starting to play, and then you're just playing, extemporizing over every chord that you hear as and when it pops up. And that's the only way you can really rehearse for that. But when I say rehearse, I think this is the whole point of the show and the segment, and the reason why I'm doing it is because you can't rehearse for what you're about to do. It is literally just going to be you thinking on the spot and extemporizing, and it is going to be your melodic expression and your musical expression in that very specific moment. And that's something that you never ever see. No matter which video you're looking at, I guarantee you that the musician knows the key of what they're playing in, and they will know the progression. Even videos that I've seen on YouTube that are labeled as jams, they are jams. Even when they're playing jazz, they all know where the chords go and they know where the changes happen. So it means that it is still pre-rehearsed because they're playing over progression. They've played over millions of times. But as soon as you're given a progression, you don't know where it's going or what the key is. That is where real conscious playing happens. And I'm all about conscious playing and conscious expression, because it just gives you a window into the artistry and the mind of the performer that you're playing with or that you're listening to. So I think it's going to be really cool to do. And there might be loads of mistakes where we're trying to figure out where this backing's going, where the chords are going, but that's going to be half the fun. So it's going to be real fun to play along with that, and really interesting, I think, as well. So thank you, Linda Z, for that. Vince has donated for $10. Thank you for this, Vince. Again, the message is, Phil from live chat, Jennifer, son, Vince, hey, do you know if Phil hears from his friend who gave this song to him, and does he get any money for it? I think she means Unwanted Stranger. So thank you for that, Vince and Jennifer. And this was a song that we both worked on, so it wasn't a song that I was given, and there was no chorus or lyrics and all of that stuff, or that it was just a song that I was given with everything. It was something that we worked on together, so it was very much a split. Like I said, I did the chorus and all of the strings arrangement for the chorus as well. The riff was something that he did, and melody wise, I think I did that, and lyrically he came up with most of it, but then we might have changed it. It was something that it pretty much always happens that once one of you has an idea for a song, you then just put that on the table, and then you just jump into it and put everything that you can musically, and then you just bounce ideas off each other. So it very much was a composition that wasn't just given to me and it was a song complete. It was something that we both wrote together. So I think when I mentioned before, it was something that was definitely personal to him, and that's why I don't really want to get into too many details about the song in terms of the meaning behind it and stuff. Of course, I know it because I was there when it all happened, but it is a personal story to him. But I'm quite happy to say that, yeah, we just worked on it both together, and I think that, yeah, when we put our heads together, we come up with some pretty good stuff. So that Unwanted Stranger was his story, but something that we did both work at musically, and it wasn't a completed song just given to me. So thank you for that, Vince, and Jennifer as well. Jill has donated $5. Thank you so much for this, Jill. And it follows with a message. Phil, glad you finally got your mug. This is for Vince for creating a Wings of Pegasus hat. Add this to your merchandise. Please think about it with a heart and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Jill. And yeah, the hat, I think, I'm not sure whether Vince created a hat or whether he put his mask over the top of his hat that wasn't a Wings of Pegasus hat. I'll have to make sure. I think Vince did mention that in a message to me a while ago, but I'll have to get to the bottom of that. If there are options to do caps over on Teespring, I'll have a look into that and see if that is possible, because it would be another cool thing to have, because hats are, or caps are, something that I do wear quite a lot of. Just talking about hats or cowboy hats, I did used to wear one when I was 22, 23 years of age, when I was growing my hair long and my hair just looked really bad. So I used to wear like a cowboy hat, and there is one picture out there somewhere of me in that original band with a cowboy hat on, which I'm sure somebody can find, but I have seen it out there somewhere. So something that, yeah, I do wear a lot of, just caps, like baseball caps, but not so much cowboy hats. But thank you so much for that, Jill, and that suggestion as well. And Ray is in the house and has donated $200. Thank you so much for that, Ray. A very kind donation. And the message is, thank you for bringing Laura Nero's music back in my life. The words are really small, so I'm going to keep trying to read this as best I can. But thank you for bringing Laura Nero's music back in my life. I continue to learn so much from you. Cheers. So thank you for that, Ray, and the kind donation, but also the kind words, and anything that I can do to help is just a good thing. Hopefully, if anybody's picking up any tips, or even learning about vocal ranges, or maybe just some guitar chords, maybe some fingerstyle sequences on the right hand for playing fingerstyle guitar, or tapping, Van Halen, all that kind of stuff. But thank you, Ray, so much for that donation. Perry has donated $20 as well. Thank you so much for that, Perry. And the message is, are the remaining big three of Led Zeppelin still in relatively good health? I certainly hope so. They influenced music more than any other band in history. So thank you for that, Perry. And to my knowledge, they are. So fingers crossed they're all still in good health. I know it's something that Robert Plant is certainly one of those guys whose voice never seems to change, and he still has that vocal ability. And Jimmy Page, I think, is something that Robert and Jimmy in the past have said, or at least Robert has said about maybe getting together again, but it is something that hasn't really materialized. But you never know, it's something that could happen in the future. But thank you, Perry, for that donation. I think certainly Robert is one of those guys that does collaborate a lot as well and get involved with other projects and keeps himself really on the ball musically. And yeah, it's great to see that. But like I said, he's one of those guys whose voice just seems to go on and on. But thank you, Perry, for that donation. And we've also had a donation from Velvet for $15. Thank you so much for that. And the message is Salve. Hopefully I said that correctly. If you find this too personal, I understand. However, my curiosity is like a cat. It's gonna kill me. Laugh out loud. Do you have a tattoo? I'm a tattoo virgin, so no, you of course don't need to answer. So thank you for that, Velvet. And I haven't got any tattoos, and I think that's been asked today. Well, not today, but on the live streams as well as today from Velvet. But no, I haven't had a tattoo as of this day yet. I don't have anything against tattoos. It's just something that I haven't felt the need to do yet. I don't think anything in my life really has happened that I want to put on my body to remember it. I think pretty much everything in my life so far I can remember, so I don't need to kind of have it on my body, or I guess there's nothing of significance that I feel like I have to put on my body to have as a reminder. So no, just to answer that, I haven't had a tattoo yet. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Velvet. And Ray has donated again, and the donation is for $20. Thank you so much for that, Ray. Again, the message is, yes, Phil, there are 3 cap options on Teespring. 2 look like baseball caps. 1 is more of a winter hat. So thank you for that, Ray, for letting me know about the caps. And I will take a look at that, because it would be cool to get the baseball caps on the site on YouTube as well. But I think maybe it's one of those multi-panel things that takes a little bit of time to design, but I will have a look through that and let you guys know in the future if there are any more caps out there. But I am going to be jumping into the next video because it's already gone past 1 AM. I don't know how this happens. So thank you guys for all of the donations. And just quickly, Paul G has donated £2. Thank you for that. The message is, thoughts on barefoot performers v electricity. So thank you for this, Paul. And generally, if you are setting up safely and there's no moisture about, you'll be fine to play barefoot. I've never played barefoot. It's not something that I'm into myself artistically. If some people want to do that, that is up to them, but I like to keep my feet as warm as possible, so I generally do have some kind of footwear on. Playing live, usually some kind of cowboy boot. I do like the cowboy boot look underneath jeans and maybe some ripped jeans, but that's just my own personal preference. I think, having mentioned that I wore a cowboy hat when I was 22 or 23, I think that I just want to be a cowboy. And I just like the look. I think it's quite cool with cowboy boots, but that's just my own personal preference. But thank you, Paul, for that. And yes, barefoot and water, probably not a good idea if you've got any kind of electricity or bad electricity going on. But thank you, Kay, as well, who has donated $5. The message is, some say that progressive metal drumming is the hardest, most complex style to master. What are your thoughts? So thank you for this, Kay. And generally the heavier genres of music, such as heavy metal, death metal, even hard rock, gets quite progressive with technique as well as the Sound of Music. So it's definitely not the Sound of Music with the musical, but the music and the technique that is involved generally tends to be more double foot pedal going on, and that takes a lot of independence in order to keep your hands going and keep your feet going independently, obviously. And it's the same really with guitar playing, alternate picking, sweep picking, arpeggios, that kind of stuff is more prevalent in the heavier genres. So yeah, there is a lot of technique. But having said that, there's a lot of technique guitar-wise in country music as well. All the same techniques in country and bluegrass as you'll find in heavy metal, but just progressive metal as well. All the same techniques, it's just that the heavier genres have distortion and overdrive on the guitar sound, whereas bluegrass pickers and country pickers are doing it on clean tones, and they also do it on acoustic guitar, which is nowhere to hide because you can't put any kind of effect on the acoustic guitar. Because as soon as you start adding any overdrive distortion, the guitar will start to feed back because it wasn't designed to do that, and you won't really be able to get any sound. You can fill in the whole of an acoustic guitar, in which case you can start to add a little bit of effect to it without it feeding back. But anyway, let's move on with The video is 1:05 already. Let's have a little look at the likes counter at 277. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. Normally we would be finishing the live stream pretty much now, but let's get into the cover for tonight's video, or tonight's live stream, and the cover video for it. I am going to be jumping over to the Patreon page on just Patreon, obviously. I couldn't find this little arrow because I've got two screens. Sometimes it gets lost and I can't actually click anything because I don't know where the arrow has gone, but I do have it now. So thank you guys for requesting this. It was Kevin, and I did read out these names earlier, but I'll read them out again. We have, let me scroll down, Teresa as well, who requested this, Deborah as well. So thank you guys for this. Having a little bit of Dokken tonight, as I mentioned earlier. And there might be some more requests for this, but I can't see it down the list because I can't see all of the comments. But thank you guys for requesting this. It's my cover of In My Dreams by Dokken. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after this. Then we might have to end the live stream tonight with the pick roulette. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
In my dreams, it's still the same. Your love is strong, it still remains. Toss and turn all night in the sheets, and I can't sleep. Night after night, I don't know what it means. In my dreams, what can I say or do? You won't come back when you're through. Not realize too late that baby your love has turned away. In my dreams, it's still the same. Your love is strong, it still remains. In my dreams, you're still by me, just the way it used to be. Calling your name, but you're turning away. Please don't leave. Running in circles, waiting to see you in my dreams. What can I say or do? You won't come back when you're through. Not realize too late that baby your love has turned away. In my dreams, it's still the same. Your love
And there we have it. That was my cover of In My Dreams by Dokken. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And taking on Don Dokken's vocals and also George Lynch's guitar solo is definitely a challenge, but one of those challenges that I had a go at, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And maybe we've got some Dokken fans in the house, I'm not sure. They're a band that I think you had to be in the know maybe to hear back in the 80s, and George Lynch as well. He then had Lynch Mob, and that's another band that I've listened to a fair amount. Also on my workout playlist, I've got a little bit of Lynch Mob on there. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. We have had a little bit of action in the Super Chat window, which we are going to address, and then we're going to get into the pictures that were, well, they have been uploaded to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, and then we're going to have the pick roulette. So we are very close to finding another winner of a signed Wings of Pegasus pick, of which I have here. So there we go. That's what that looks like. Back into the Super Chat window. We've had a donation from Lucy again. Thank you for this, Lucy. The message is, for the Cross the Pond Fund, especially to Texas, gotta get you some cowboy essentials, boots, jeans, hat, and horse. Kidding, with a smiley face with a cowboy hat on. So thank you for that, Lucy. And yeah, I think that getting some, well, cowboy boots would be good. I can give myself a little bit of a collection maybe. Jeans could be good as well, and a hat. I think it's all about finding a good hat. That's the problem, because the ones in the movies always look really cool, but then trying to find one that looks cool is a little bit trickier. But if I did find one that did look quite good, I'd probably just wear it all the time and turn into an actual cowboy in the year 2020, which would be a little bit weird, especially in the UK. In my hometown, I would definitely be the only one wearing that kind of stuff. But anyway, thank you for that, Lucy. So let's jump into the pictures that have been uploaded, and we just have a few of these. I think we have one Wings of Pegasus t-shirt that has been sent in by Rose, but also Billy is modeling her pick that she won with her successful pick roulette entry. So we are going to try and get this up on screen, and I did actually make a button so that I can get the background on quickly like this, and hopefully this is going to work. First of all, we have Rose, who has uploaded herself with a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt, so thank you so much for that, Rose, and uploading that to the Facebook page, the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook, if you guys want to upload your pictures over there. And then we should have Billy here, and this is one of her posts that she put on that very same group that I've just mentioned. And you can see that she has a new hair accessory which looks mightily like a Wings of Pegasus pick, because it is one. And she says, this just in, inaugural Wings of Pegasus roulette hair pick. So thank you for making that post, Billy. And we do have a second picture of Billy, but the second one is going to be more of a modeling kind of shot. I know that there were, I think, 4 images that Vince linked me to, but this second one is going to be Billy with her pick in her ukulele, just about to hit the maybe some venues, just hitting that gigging trail, going on tour with the ukulele and the Wings of Pegasus pick. So thank you so much, Billy, for uploading these pictures, and a huge congratulations to Billy for winning that pick on the pick roulette, which I think we're just about ready to jump into. So what happens is we get this little graphic that has now changed from the likes. Let me see if I can get the likes back. Okay, I now know what we're gonna do. So everyone, brace yourself, because I might actually go back to myself on screen so that I can keep it organized, because we're going to have the intro, and I've planned this all out. We're going to have the intro, it's then going to go to the screen, the background, then we're going to hopefully, fingers crossed, get the roulette wheel up on screen. So let me get rid of the likes, because that's just going to get in the way, and fingers crossed this is going to work. Let's jump into the Saturday pick roulette. Okay, we are going to be jumping into the shuffle, and I'm hoping you guys can see this. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 shuffles of the pick roulette wheel, and I'm hoping you guys can see this and the little thing that I've got on screen, because we're going to do a click in 3, 2, 1. Pick roulette is live. Thank you again to Carla for organising this, sorting it all out, putting the names on the wheel, and everyone for typing I agree and agreeing to have your name on this roulette wheel. It is much appreciated because it gives us a little bit of variation on the names. We have quite a lot of variation here, so thank you everyone who has typed I agree. We are getting close. Orlando's in there, Music Maiden, Kevin, and Casey, is that? Elaine, Selena, I'm not sure how far is it going to go. And there we have it. Selena has won the guitar pick signed official Wings of Pegasus guitar pick. So a massive congratulations to Selena, and thank you for agreeing to it. And also everybody, we can maybe have another one in the future depending on where the lights get tonight on the future live streams. But thank you everybody for entering, and Selena is the winner of the guitar pick tonight. So just get in contact with Carla, and Carla can get in contact with you in order to sort that all out. But a huge congratulations to Selena for winning that. And let me see if I can get back to me on the screen. And there I am. So that went relatively well, considering that I think it's just the 3rd time that we've done it. It will get smoother the more regularly we do have it. But let's have a little look at the live likes, because the screen is 297. We are close. Let's have a little look at what we were aiming for with the screen roulette amount of likes that we're aiming for. And it was 320, so we're looking for only 10 people to hit our goal, which is up there for the live stream, but we're looking for 20 people to hit that thumbs up in order to have another pick roulette next week, next Saturday. So fingers crossed that we can get there. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, it would be massively appreciated if you could do that. It really does help this live stream to get out there, but also the channel to grow as a whole. So it would be much appreciated if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, if you could do that in order to try and get up to the likes goal, but also the pick roulette likes target of 320. We will see how we get on with that. We're already at 20 past 1 here, so we're gonna have to be calling this live stream to a close. We'll have one more video because I've never done a live stream with just 2 videos before. It's always been at least 3, so we'll work our ways through that. Let's have any thumbs up if we can squeeze these in right before the end of the live stream. We're only looking for 18 more people for the pick roulette to happen next Saturday. So Carla has donated $1. Oh, let me make sure I don't miss Mario's donation of $200. Thank you so much for that, Mario. Another crazy donation that is much appreciated. And the message is, hi Phil, great live stream. Waiting here patiently to see if we get a small reprieve from our crazy lockdown rules. Be great to get a proper haircut. Laugh out loud with a smiley face and a laughing face. So Mario's got some crazy hair going on over there in Australia. I'm not sure what the lockdown is like over there. It sounds like it's a little bit crazy, but it's a little bit crazy over here as well in the UK, especially in the north end of the country in Liverpool and Manchester. But thank you, Mario, for that very kind donation. And Carla has donated $1.99. Thank you for that, Carla. And the message is, spin again if she don't show. So we are looking for Selena in the live chat room. If we don't get Selena in there, we do another pick roulette session and see if we can get somebody else who is in the live chat room. But we might have found Selena in there somewhere. If you can let me know, maybe if you type in the live chat room, I'll keep a little look in the live chat room direction on the screen to see if we have found her. It looks like We have found her. Carla has just mentioned. Excellent. So Selena is in there. Congratulations, Selena. And the pick is going to be on its way to you very soon. So Billy has just popped into the super chat window as well. Our first ever winner. And thank you for this donation of $5, Billy. And that is a straight up donation without a message. So thank you very much for that. Now, we are going to be getting into the last video of the night. As I said, we're only 5 away tonight from the likes goal, but we are 15 away from the pick roulette for next week. So we're really looking for the final stretch of the live stream to see if we can find some people in there in that live chat room who haven't hit that thumbs up. If you do have a thumbs up token that you haven't used yet, it'd be great if you could use that now. And I'm going to be jumping into the next video, and this is Percy Johnson, requested over on Patreon again. Let me just have a little look on Patreon to see if I can call out some names as to who requested this one. And hopefully it was requested when I had a quick little look through, and it was maybe Patricia who wanted to hear Percy Johnson. So thank you so much for that, Patricia. And it might have been requested in somewhere underneath that as well, but we're going to be having a little look at this because I know that We Can Fall Down was requested as well, but we won't have time to get to that in tonight's live stream because it's already 1 here in the morning. So we're going to be calling this to a close very soon, so we're in a race against time to hit that thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's my song called Percy Johnson, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Beyond London
And there we have it. We are back, and it looks like we are so close to hitting the target of 320. It's 27 minutes past 1 here. I'm thinking whether if I just keep going to maybe 1:30 in the morning here, we might find 5 more people that can join in and hit that thumbs up. I'm not sure. It's literally a race against time here. So let me just get the super chat window up on screen, but also get the pick likes lottery target up there so people can see that if they do join in, they could be the reason that we make it to the target. It's only 4 people now that we're looking for. So anybody that tunes in now, if you hit that thumbs up, we might be having to wait to see if a few people join in with the live stream. We're just going to have to just see what happens. But 316, we're so close to another pick roulette likes target. Well, achieving the likes target. 2 people is what we're looking for. We're up to 318. Exciting stuff. Just while we're looking at that, Jeannie has donated $5. Thank you for this, Jeannie. The message is, what's your boot size, Phil? Perry was asking with a smiley face. And 319, we want 1 more person to hit the like. I don't know what my boot size is. I know what my shoe size is, but maybe the boot size is different because it's kind of tapered at the end. Here we have 320. We did it. Excellent. So 321 now. So this extra person or 2, thank you so much for hitting that thumbs up. We've now gone over the target. So we made it. This means there's going to be another pick roulette next Saturday. So we'll have another winner. Thank you guys for having 321 likes in that little likes box. So if you have already typed in I agree and done a little thumbs up, that means you will be in the roulette for next Saturday. And if you haven't done that yet, make sure you do it now so that Carla can see that you agree to be on that roulette wheel, and you could be winning a Wings of Pegasus pick next week. So thank you everyone for joining in and hitting that thumbs up. And if you are watching this in the future and you're part of the catch-up crew, you can hit that thumbs up still. It really does help this live stream to get out there, and because it helps the channel to grow on the whole, it means that maybe more people will get involved in the live chat room on these live streams, and we can start hitting those targets for the pick roulette every single live stream. That would be good if we could do that, but we have hit tonight. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up, and thank you also Jeannie for that final donation. It is going to be the last one of the night because we are going to be calling it to a close tonight. Thank you everyone for joining me. A final look into the live chat room. We have Walter and Carla, SJ Willis, King Nero, Alexi, Ginger Duran, Vince, Jeannie, Perry, James, Roddy, Barbara, Laurie, and Karen in there as well. Thank you so much for joining in tonight and joining me just full stop on these live streams, because it's great to have your company and also to interact with you guys on a live basis and a one-to-one basis rather than in the comment section, because that is more of an offline thing. Even though I do check all of the comments and I mark all of them to show that I've read them all. Of course, over on Patreon, I check all the messages there, as you guys know, and respond to those every evening. So thank you everyone for your support on Patreon. The people at the bottom of the screen, you know who you are. They also pop up in the super chat window. Thank you for all of the donations tonight. They're very kind donations, and thank you everyone for joining me in the live chat room and also joining me for this pick roulette, which is great. And thank you Carla for setting that all up, and a final shout out to the moderators who do such a fantastic job in that live chat room for the duration of the live stream. Thank you guys so much, Carla, Laurie and Neil, for keeping everything in order there. Final shout out for the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. That's where the party continues with Vince over there if you want to join up and just be part of that group to keep the conversation going. But thank you guys for joining me. If you are in a place where there is isolation, Hopefully you can stay safe, wear those masks if your government is telling you to do that. Keep the distance and stay safe as much as possible. I'm going to be doing another analysis video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. And I'm going to be live streaming again on Tuesday night. So I'll see you guys live on Tuesday night, and if I don't see you guys there, I'll see you in the comment section of the next analysis video tomorrow night. Just the comment section in general. I do check across the whole of my YouTube channel, but also Saturday I'll be here, same time, same place next week to have another live stream with you guys and another pick roulette. Thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up, and I will see you guys then. Rock!